I'm trying to at least get other tasks that I'm putting using that kind of set up for that stream.
Claro.
Because I'll go out in that stream. I know how many was about to go live and we go live at 2:44. It was supposed to start till 2 o'clock. We use right now. How long? What time are you reaching, sir?
Realize that I've realized that thing trying to access the
Yeah. Well, I don't know how. One thing is that if you well, I thought we'd have been already halfway through the semester. Because I would have left down here around 4 o'clock and not here today. So at least let me set up in Chigona and then walk off it after. I need to reach off it after it's fine.
it wasn't connected.
It's not looking at
I realized like a white China meeting with
my brother's doing a stream right now in the files, yo. Huh? Well, you may have to set up different. You may have to set up a little different. But yeah. When you're reaching, give me a phone now. Yeah, I have the other sling, so.
You know what happened there?
What?
I tried to go live before this was connected now, and it was trying to get to this webcam, and like it flagged it, so I had to go. It end up on like I did do not allow list the webcam, and then I had to cancel it off, and then plug back in and switch the cam to USB. So I guess it you know.
Hey, who set up is that way? I'm months I set up.
Yeah, that's kind of shaky too.
one, two. Testing one, two. Ladies and gentlemen, it is way past the hour of 2, our scheduled start time. We wish to offer our sincere apology for the late start. We are waiting on the arrival of our principals. We understand that should be approximately, let's do some adjustments considering this on there. It should be approximately 15 minutes time. So we ask you to bear with us accordingly. It's definitely beyond our control. Sincere apologies.
Ah, my God. They get you? Don't forget my head.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Shilman Maharaj, manager at HSS Unicode. I am also the chief board in the opening of the Unicode project happening me today are members of the HSSE team, Mr. Ronald Tyson, Mr. Alicia Span, and Mr. Kevin Rowan. There are no emergency drills scheduled today. However, in the unlikely event there is an emergency, keep calm as you are further directed by our HSSE team. In keeping with health and safety standards during an emergency, you shall be instructed to exit the seating area and proceed to the muster point located adjacent to the entrance of the Harmony Hall Community Center to enjoy this afternoon ceremony. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you stand please for the playing of the national anthem? This will be played on national instrument by Mr. Christopher Thomas. Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Please remain standing as I invite Ms. Raquel Suklal Singh Paul to do the invocation at this time.
Creator of all, source of love, wisdom, and light, we gather today in gratitude for the gift of this new space, a place where hearts can meet and a community can grow. We ask your blessing upon this new community center. May its doors always remain open to all, welcoming people of every path, every age, and every walk of life. Let it become a sanctuary for peace, learning, and togetherness. May it foster friendships, ignite creativity, and nurture hope. Grant us the strength to build connections rooted in respect, kindness, and love. Let every voice here be heard, every hand find purpose, and every soul feel valued. As we step forward together, bless this place with harmony and joy. May it be a light to this community and beyond, a symbol of unity in times of change, and a beacon of hope for generations to come. Guide us in all our efforts, and may your presence be felt in every gathering, every project, and every conversation within these walls. We give thanks for this beginning, and we trust that with your blessing, this center will flourish as a home of peace and possibility. Amen.
Thank you very much. May I have a seat? The Honorable Faraz Alwari, SC, Minister of Rural Development and Local Government, and the last sitting Member of Parliament for Sanford West. Mrs. Beverly Reid Samuel, Permanent Secretary Acting, Ministry of Sport and Community Development. Mr. Corey Balfour, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Digital Transformation. Ms. Omade Bayside, Acting Director, Community Development Division, Ministry of Sport and Community Development. Executive and Councillors of the San Fernando City Corporation. Ms. Tamika Charles, Chief Executive Officer, UDICOT, and Directors and members of staff of UDICOT. The staff of the Ministry of Sport and Community Development, staff of the Ministry of Digital Transformation. Ms. Natalie John, President of the Harmony Hall Community Council, and other members of the Council, members of the Harmony Hall Community Environment, stakeholder partner agencies, awardees, special invited guests, members of the media, a pleasant good afternoon to you all. We are certainly delighted to be here. It is my understanding, after 20-something years in the making, to have this community center finally delivered to the community. Let's hear from Ms. Natalie John, President of the Harmony Hall Community Council, to deliver the community report.
Good evening, everyone. Standing on all protocols observed, I'm going to first quote from Miss Coretta Scott King, wife of the late Martin Luther King. She once said, "The greatness of the community is most accurately measured by the compassionate action of its members." So here we go. Once upon a time, darkness covered the area. The cane which covered the cane fields either swayed in the direction of the wind or stood still when the air was motionless. Don't get scared. This is not the start of some ominous tale, but it was the initial scene of our history before Harmony Hall was developed. Like many areas of our blessed nation, the entire area of Harmony Hall, east and west, were part of a large sugar estate. The road we now know as Lexus Boulevard was then, and still is now, one of the main access roads running through our community. The train track to the south of the development was stretched over to the reformed sugar factory. Then the land was cleared of the cane in preparation for the building of the new Harmony Hall housing development. The first set of residents moved into Harmony Hall, Marabella in the year 1995, mind you, without any electricity. The flare from the nearby petroleum company of Trinidad and Tobago, Petrotrin, was a landmark feature for residents of Marabella, Pointe-a-Pierre, and for our nation at large. That flare, also known as the high-pressure system, lit the area at nights and provided the much-needed lighting for our residents before TNTech provided and completed the necessary electrical work. This history gives us an idea of where we were and where we are now, here inside a beautiful and most welcomed state-of-the-art venue to meet the needs of our lovely and growing community. Our community members are resilient. We are go-getters. We are talented, and you will definitely see that throughout the course of today's proceedings. We are representatives of a wide mix of persons of various ethnic compositions, religious sects, various school age. We are those who work in public and private sector. There are some persons who are self-employed, some of us stay at home, and there are persons who own their small businesses. And we can't forget those who are retired and those who live very active lives in the community and within their homes. Today, we are truly grateful and we applaud the work of the community leaders, past and present, various community groups, and those who were and still are part of the development of our community. A special thanks goes out to the residents for their unwavering support and advice throughout our journey as a new village council. To everyone who works at the front lines and the background, and who are instrumental in ensuring that we can celebrate the opening of our contemporary community center, we are truly grateful. As we have embarked on this new season in our community, the present Community Council and the residents of Harmony Hall now enthusiastically look forward to us reviving and creating new opportunities for connection. So let's look back at the quote from the beginning of the report. It really and truly tells us, let us reach out, let us connect compassionately with each other, and let us build a profound legacy for our upcoming younger ones. In so doing, we will truly live up to the name of Harmony Hall, where our community will be a great one. I would just like to take this moment before I end to thank the Ministry of Sport and Community Development, by extension the Victoria West Administrative District, for this community center. We pledge our commitment in ensuring that this facility is utilized for the benefit of everyone, not just in Harmony Hall, but for our nation and our national community at large. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Ms. John, President of the Harmony Hall Community Council. The Ministry of Digital Transformation is a key stakeholder in the delivery of services for the communities, reaching the communities and reaching persons where they are. Unfortunately, the Honorable Senator is not able to be here. However, we have Mr. Corey Balfour, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Digital Transformation, who's going to come and give some remarks. So put hands together for Mr. Balfour.
So, a pleasant good afternoon to everyone. Allow me to stand on all the protocols that have been observed. It is a great pleasure to see so many of you here today at the opening of this Harmony Hall Community Center. Great credit is due to the Honorable Shamfa Kojo, Minister of Sport and Community Development, her dedicated MSCD team, and the Urban Development Company of Trinidad and Tobago for the hard work that went into making today's opening possible. The partnership between the Ministry of Sport and Community Development, UDCOT, and our local village councils to establish, or in some cases, refurbish community centers is a very successful business model with which we are very familiar with at the Ministry of Digital Transformation. This is because the Ministry of Digital Transformation has successfully co-located many of its access centers in MSCD's community facilities in what has become one of our most successful and valued partnerships. Today is no exception. And in addition to the opening of the community center, we are also taking the opportunity to launch the latest addition to the Ministry of Digital Transformation's growing network of access centers. To date, the MDT has established more than 20 centers, and as of today, there are 23 centers that are open for business and serving their local communities. Their purpose is to bring digital technology to the people. Connectivity is not a luxury, it is a necessity. It is for this reason we are targeting the opening of access centers in our more ICT underserved communities. We have established access TT centers, for example, in Belmont, Cayman, Kumana, Labrie, Lisa's Gardens, Marak, Marava, Trin City. You get the drift. We have at least 2 centers in Blackrock and Delaford and Tobago that are completed, fully outfitted and fully staffed, and will soon open their doors to the public. Across Trinidad and Tobago, we are witnessing a rapid shift in how we live, work, and engage. From online classrooms to remote work, e-government services to digital entrepreneurship, the backbone of this transformation is reliable, inclusive access to ICT broadband. The addition of an access center to any community adds significant value, not only through through the digital services that are now available, but also through the opportunities provided to leverage technology to enhance and complement the existing facilities of the community center. I ask you to look at it as a toolkit for your daily life. This is not the government center. It's not just for the youth. It's not just for the tech savvy. It belongs to this community and it belongs to you. The center will provide residents with access to the internet, including access to devices, if required at no cost. This is in support of our view that all members of the national community should have access to affordable broadband internet. Opportunities to build digital skills and digital literacy. Our staff are happy to support, mentor, and guide users who are not familiar with digital technology or devices. They will also assist users with accessing the MDT's digital skills program, We Learn TT, which offers courses from recognized providers such as Coursera and the Linux Foundation. The ability to leverage the center to access government e-services. At last count, there are almost 300 e-services that are available to the public, and this number is growing. Although these services can be accessed via any internet connection, quite a few users choose to do so from the access centers for various reasons. They include persons who may be less familiar with using technology, such as more mature members of the community who benefit from the assistance available from our customer service facilitators. A key element of the Ministry of Digital Transformation's Access TT program is that we have taken steps to ensure that all of our centers are staffed by persons who are from the community and are familiar with the needs and interests of its residents and are fully committed to assisting you with your digital needs. Building a society is not just about technology, it is about people. It is about ensuring that a student in Harmony Hall has the same learning opportunities as one in Port of Spain. That a small business in Trinidad or Tobago can sell its products to customers across the globe. That every citizen, regardless of age, income, or geography, can access health services, public information, and financial tools at the click of a button. This is why our mission is bold and unwavering, to close the digital divide and to build a society where no one is left behind. The Ministry of Digital Transformation is investing in broadband infrastructure, especially in underserved and rural communities. We are supporting digital literacy initiatives to empower citizens to use technology confidentially and safely. We are creating partnerships with the private sector, civil society, and international agencies to expand access and reduce cost barriers. We have always contended that the ICT access centers play a critical role in enabling digital transformation. Embracing ICT is the key to building a truly connected, inclusive, and thriving digital society. The digital society that we are working together to build is one where individuals, regardless of their background, can learn, create, and participate fully in the modern world. ICT breaks barriers, fuels progress, and provides opportunities for all. The Harmony Hall Access Center, once operationalized, will provide all members of this community with access to this digital world. The Access Center program, including the Harmony Hall Access Center, provides a gateway into this world that is available to all members of this community, taking them boldly into the digital future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Balfour, the Ministry of Digital Transformation. Let's get some entertainment at this time, and we call Joshua Hines, Christopher Thomas, and Josiah McGilfrey. Joshua is with the song Goodness of God, and He will be accompanied by Christopher and Josiah. Let's put hands together.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I love you, Lord, for your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God. I know you know this one. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful. Come on, lift your voice. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sing this with me, right? Let's sing it, come on. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am made, I will sing of the goodness. Sing it again. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. Yeah, yeah. Your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me. Sing it again. Your goodness is running after me. With my life laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after me. Sing it again, your goodness is running after me. Yes, your goodness is running after me. laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, is running after me. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful. Yeah, yeah. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness. Oh, I will sing of the goodness. Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. One more time, I will sing of the goodness of
Well done, Mr. Hines. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. And those of you who are members of the choir, and so make sure you speak to them afterwards to get some of the things according and so on. Well done, audience. Give yourself a hand. There's one more something backstage there. Audience running with the song, Goodness of God. The Honorable Shamfa Ashaki Kojo Lewis, Minister of Sport and Community Development, really wanted to be here today. Of course, with other commitments, she is unable to be here. She has gracefully asked another standard bearer of community service to render the feature address. Ladies and gentlemen, could you put your hands together as I invite the Honorable Faris Alwari, SC, Minister of Rural Development and Development.
All my life I have been faithful. The goodness of the Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, it's good to be here. I came in and I challenged a few people to their smiles. Some reluctantly agreed, some very vehemently participated, but others are yet to join in. So permit me to do the brief salutation. First of all, I extend my apologies on behalf of my sister, friend, and colleague Shamfa Kojo, who really wanted to be here today, but quite simply is in Tobago doing other duties at present, having been properly in the ministry. So she sent the replacement. It happens to be a fairly good one. There's this replacement, largely because you are my neighbor. I am San Fernando West. I heard our MC say that I was the last MP for San Fernando West, not the former. He's right. The last one who will continue serving forever. So I will take that way. My colleague Hassel Bacchus, we were both at cabinet, sub-cabinet meetings today, and again, he was in different places, so please accept his apology. And of course, I recognize Permanent Secretary Beverly Green Samuel, Floretta Clark, the Deputy Permanent Secretary, Omade Bisan, Director of Community Development, executives and council members of the San Fernando City Corporation. I see Teresa Lynch is here, hard-working councillor that she is, everywhere, all the time. Tamika Charles, who's supposed to be with us, but I haven't seen her just yet, which means she's en route. Ms. Natalie John, President of the Harmony Hall Community Council, and other members of council. Staff of the Ministry of Sport and Community Development, staff of the Ministry of Digital Transformation, the Honorable PS is here as well. Stakeholders, partners, awardees, specially invited guests. Why are we here? There's a little meme going around the internet with a rather large gentleman talking about community centers, which I will not repeat, as it doesn't make much sense. but we're here to make sense of what community centers are really about. And we're here, and it's very important that I put some context into what's going on here. In our community center, it's safe to say we've waited a long while. It's safe to say it's beautiful. It's safe to say that this represents prudent investment in the community of Harmony Hall and its environs. But let's put it in the context of what we did, how we got here, what else was happening. You see, the Public Sector Investment Program, the PSIP, that's the program that the government develops every year in the budget by which it decides how it's going to spend money. And the Public Sector Investment Program for this ministry is $271,500,000. This community center costs $14 million. $14 million. This is no small investment. This represents the 60th community center built in the period 2016 to today's date. Let me repeat that. Number 60. There are 9 other community centers being built and 3 others being refurbished. So let's think about that in the last 5 years. The last 5 years, a few things happened that I remember very vividly because of what I was doing. In our memory, now lost, now faded, you'll remember SARS, COVID, 2019 virus. You remember that? Yeah. I remember it well. The Prime Minister said to me, Faris Al-Rawi, you are the Attorney General? I said, yes, sir. He said, you have 24 hours to come up with a law to save lives and livelihoods. I need a law now. There was no precedent, no example, because the last global pandemic was effectively the Spanish flu, 1917 to 1920. And in that time, of course, we produced the law. I wrote that law from my head to my hand to a keyboard. It was tested many times in the courts, right up to the Privy Council, and every single aspect of the law was held to be good law. Now, why am I mentioning this? Because for 3 years, the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago ensured that we kept the country running. We told persons employed with the government, do not come to work. We will pay you to stay home. We didn't send home a single gazetted public servant. We made sure, as an MP in San Fernando West, I can tell you, I distributed tens of thousands of hampers, food packages, relief packages. I engaged in mass vaccination sites and arrangements. All of this was going on 2020, 2021, 2022. What did it cost the taxpayers? $17 billion a year. The price of oil, we spend $53 billion in a budget every year. We earn 45. So we borrow. Of the 45, 21 billion comes from oil and gas. The price of oil during the COVID pandemic was minus $2 a barrel. You know what that means? Come and take the oil and we will pay you $2 US to take our oil. Why did we do that? Because if you don't take the oil, the tanks get full and then you have to shut down the pumps. To restart the oil field, obviously will cost you a lot more. How does that relate to Harmony Hall Community Center? It means we had to make a choice on what to spend public money on. And because you had a very hardworking Minister of Sport and Community, Shamfa Kujo, she stood at that cabinet table and insisted that Harmony Hall find its place among the number of projects that people want. I in San Fernando West am waiting for my Olera Heights, which is now broken ground, for my Roy J, which is now breaking ground, for my Laramade, which is now breaking ground. But today I stand in a completed, beautiful Harmony Hall, $14 million facility, because Harmony Hall represented for this government a prudent investment. Now let's talk fairness. Is there a P&M representative for this seat? We are in an electoral seat that is not held by the P&M. Yet, Harmony Hall is receiving its fair share because we took an oath to serve without fear or favor, malice or ill will. I'm saying that to demonstrate that there are very few administrations that will do what I have just explained to you. In the middle of a pandemic, losing minus $17 billion a year, fighting to keep people employed, coming to decide to spend money on this community center. So why are we spending money on this community center? For the people of Harmony Hall and the environs. Some people say it's insanity to go and spend in places that you're bound to lose. No, the people of Harmony Hall matter to the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago and matter to this government. And why? You see, we hear cries of people talking about unemployment. Worse yet, underemployment. Even worse yet, working poverty. You know what working poverty is? Working poverty is when you get a paycheck and before it hits your bank account, you're poor. The money short. You had to knock on a door, check a susuhan to find your way to meet your expenses. And a community center like this being number 60, with 9 and 3 more to come in progress right now, this community center is a place where skills can be brought to people that want to level up. Let me give you an example of something. As Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, in my role and function for 7 years, the Ministry of Digital Transformation was not yet there. The AGLA led the charge on digital transformation. The first online payment to be able to pay via credit card in Trinidad and Tobago was because of me. I was told by the Treasury Solicitor it can't happen. I say, why? Well, we don't have a law. I said, well, let's draft the law. Minister, we can't do that. I said, well, okay, I'll draft it for you. And I did. When I was told that the books in legal affairs had to stay books, I said, no. We digitized millions of records, moved the registry, took it out of South Key in a flood zone, and put it into the AGLA campus. When I was tasked with the responsibility of making sanity in the courts, you have to, as a lawyer, arrive in Port of Spain court, to fly down the highway to go to San Fernando court, to run to Arima court, to run to Granby court, and I said to myself, I am going to go to court on my phone. And I passed the law for digital access to the courtrooms in the criminal division, the family division, the children division, the civil division. When I was passing the law, they told me, nobody will go to court on the phone, watch and see. Today, every lawyer and every defendant and every plaintiff goes to court online. This community center, therefore, opens itself up to be a VAC center, a virtual access center, so that you can, with the Ministry of Digital Transformation's footprint, actually come to court right here. I passed the law on domestic violence. I said, you have to get rid of domestic violence. So I amended. Our government stood behind it. Our Prime Minister led the charge. Domestic violence must not be tolerated. You can go to court on your phone at midnight on a Sunday night and get a protection order. Did you know that? Well, that's the law. Our government passed that law. So what is this community center going to do? We have been focusing on some very small and important goals. Take San Fernando West as an example. When I came in as an MP with the shared goals of the government, I had 4 simple goals, which this community center represents a part of. So permit me to explain it. Number 1, eradicate poverty from squatting. Number 2, create economic development and diversification. Number 3, create housing. Number 4, perform your duties as a minister if you have that responsibility. How does that apply right here? Well, you know that the government went about doing something called the Housing Village Improvement Program. Have you seen it? If any of you haven't, go on to my Facebook page and be prepared, get a tie strap to tie your jaw, because it's going to drop. When you see that the government has targeted the indignity of not being the owner of your own land, where you're invisible. Who is a squatter? A squatter is somebody who is invisible to the bank. Can't mortgage a squatted land. A squatter is invisible to the neighbor. A squatter is invisible to testamentary disposition. In other words, then you can't leave your property. There's no land to leave. You can leave a house and pray you don't get evicted. But when you take a mission to spend $150,000 to build a home where a shack used to be, and lift people out of poverty, suppressing crime and criminality, bringing dignity. Let's look at it in the context of today. 14 million divided by $150,000 per house is 93 houses. You understand the choice? You understand why I'm connecting dots? Because this $14 million investment could have built 93 homes for squatters to be lifted out of poverty. I built them in San Fernando West with the government by the hundreds to take thousands of people out of poverty. And you hear people say, the government didn't do nothing, I know what happened, we really have to show. No. People, good people, memories are too short. Economic diversification. What does that have to do with this speech on Harmony Hall? Right here, online. You get to upskill. You get to have our children educated. There is a huge disparity in learning opportunity amongst people depending upon their pocket. Rich people can afford lessons, poor people cannot. Rich people's children therefore excel at examination, stay poor. Isn't that true? Mother, hope that a wealthy family can. You build a community center. You have online classes. You bring volunteers by the excellence of this community council right here, from president come down. You get to bring wonderful teachers and elders to teach respect and to provide education to the most vulnerable children in a beautiful place. Why should a poor child be fighting mosquitoes and darkness and squalor? Why should a poor child not be right here in Harmony Hall Community Center in a clean, beautiful environment, aspiring for a better life? You understand now why we have built a community center? Give your radio. Thank you, sweetheart. They say there's a saying, sweetheart, that from the mouths of babes, the truth comes. And therefore, we had a little girl answering her Uncle Faris and saying, you understand now? Yes. So we chose to put this $14 million, this 93 homes that we could have built right here for our children. But that wasn't all. In local government, where I've had the pleasure of doing local economic diversification, right here, we get to put hydroponics. Sweetheart, there is something your mommy and daddy will tell you. They'll tell you, money don't grow on trees. When they tell you that, say, no, mommy, it does. Money does grow on trees. It's called agriculture. Again. So can you imagine what we are doing in local government, where we take vertical hydroponics, we create a community hydroponic shade house next to us, we get 30 people, 43 hydroponic units under a shade house will produce, because we've tested it, $30,000 profit a month. Who in here earning $30,000 and more? Who would like to earn $30,000 and more? Alright. Now, imagine this. 6 pots, 6 hydroponic pots, 6 tanks high, will produce $6,250 a month. And because agriculture grows while you're working, if you have a community shade house next to a community center, it means that while you're at work as a single mother, as a person who's in the public service, and your tree is growing, and because the PS could testify that we have Wi-Fi here, and you have a camera looking at your crops that tells you time to turn on the sprinklers, and you just press a button and the sprinklers come on, you are now working smart. Can you see it? Can you feel it? Do you want it? Yes. All right. You see, anybody can come up here and read a speech, talk to you about cohort and inclem and a set of technical terms. I have several university degrees, and I can talk in technical terms too. I like to get to the heart of vision and opportunity. So this community center provides an opportunity for a hydroponics program. It provides an opportunity for local economic development. Why shouldn't this community have a snacket, a barbecue place, an ice cream parlor? Why shouldn't it be the hub of community activity going on? Everybody going, wait, I'm going on by the community center. In 1945, the first community center was built in Morvar. It was a private arrangement. In 1965, Eric Williams built the first community center. But under this government, under our Prime Minister Dr. Rowley, under our Prime Minister Dr. Young, and Minister Young, and under Minister Kudjo and others, we have all combined our skills. Minister Bacchus in digital transformation, me in local government, and as former Attorney General, all of us doing our parts to decide to spend $14 million as part of $271.5 million to better a community. So when you see a very large man in yellow tell you, the community center is a center for the community. Tell them, no, sir, it has to. Go and avail yourself of the opportunity to be educated in the People Community Center, and you will be able to explain what a community center is in a much better way, as the young lady in our crowd is now able to do. You agree? I call no names, but you can see the image in your mind. Ladies and gentlemen, the Minister of Sport, if she was here, would be able to tell you about the Empower TT program. She would be able to tell you about the hundreds of young men that have come in for mentorship and entrepreneurship and skills training. What I mean, any youth who is lost can be mentored and trained and aspire to a better life. And I want to compliment Shampa Kujo publicly, as she was the champion of the Empower TT program. But being Shampa Kujo, she couldn't forget the women, and she came up with the Boss Lady program too, where grants are given, where entrepreneurship, business opportunities promoted. Being Shampa Kujo, she don't stop there. She also wants to make sure sport happens, that skills training happens, cooking and classes all around the world. Paid attention to what happened in COVID. Do you know what industry boomed the most in COVID? Food. It's why my focus is on Money Grows on Trees, called agriculture. Minister Foster Cummings, who's promoting youth and agriculture. But if you learn culinary skills, the golden people in this room, remember that somebody who used to prepare food in the old days was called a what? A cook. Today you're called a chef. And the chef has a sous chef. And the sous chef has a white jacket, pen in the pocket on the side, hat on, making money. True? Yeah, but it all starts with attitude. You can't arrive on the podium, pants in a difficult state of lift, and you're dragging your foot, and you're kind of barely talking. No. There was an example that Adam Stewart from Sandals gave me publicly once. He said in Jamaica, they run a hotel school. And if Dr. Rowley has his way, and Stuart Young has his way, and Tobago keep common sense in the head, you'll have a Sandals in Tobago. And that Sandals in Tobago will be buying all the food that we'll be producing. That Sandals will receive the young people we train in right here in this community center, Mr. Chef, Madam Chef, Mr. and Miss Sous Chef. That space will be what Adam Stewart said. He said, we don't hire people here based upon how many degrees they have, we hire them based on attitude. He says, because when you come to a Sandals resort and you ask for a towel or you ask for a drink, he said the only time they want to hear the word no is when you're hearing it in this typical Jamaican slang, no problem. In other words then, how we approach a task matters. So you've allowed me to stitch a lot onto this community center. Local economic development, opportunity, education, the choices we had. Because we could have built 93 homes. But this community matters. And don't come and tell me about discrimination, because it's built in a place where the MP is nowhere near the color red. Far from. Gentlemen who I've seen campaigning, you ever seen a campaign going on in the middle of an election, and vibes going, and truck passing, and when you check, the only person not there is the campaign, missing the candidate? Some people are lucky, others had to work hard. Teresa Lynch, I know you work hard to be a representative, as I do. I'm trying to point out to you in my attempt at humor, because not many of you laughed at the last one. I'm trying to point out to you that it matters what your representation looks like. So ladies and gentlemen, if you support Empower TT, you support Boss Lady, you support local economic development, if you want our kids to have education in a decent place, if you want to have a vibrant community buzzing, if you want to have every age from our very young to our golden years looked after, if you want to have telemedicine. You may have heard what the Prime Minister say that we are going to introduce the opportunity for you need Wi-Fi to visit your doctor. So why not have the Wi-Fi access right here, courtesy the Ministry of Digital Transformation? You see, this community center allows everything from the courtroom to the classroom to the opportunity to fun to engagement. It is a beautiful place. And it couldn't be more fitting to open community center number 60 than in a place called Harmony Hall. So ladies and gentlemen, to those who will be the trustees of managing this place, please treat it well. Encourage some volunteerism. Don't look to call the ministry to paint when you have plenty of young people. I grew up volunteering painting everywhere. Hospital, garage, road. Time to return volunteerism into our society, to keep pride, to keep a place beautifully clean, to organize our community, to bring lovely, bright children, like this little one we have in the audience today, into a safe place, a place of beauty. So thank you to UDCOT for this work. Thank you to Shamfa Kujo and the Ministry for championing Harmony Hall's interests. Thank you to the association, to the representatives from Harmony Hall for standing by the process, who will become trustees for fairness and for opportunity and access. Thank you to the Ministry of Digital Transformation for making sure that there was connectivity. But I'd also like to especially thank Prime Minister past, Dr. Rowley, and Prime Minister Young, both of whom were insistent, and in the case of Minister Young, still insistent that we serve our communities and that we make choices to invest in our communities, even though we can apply monies elsewhere. It's always easy to say somebody else needs it more than you. Today's a great day. God bless this community. Thank you so much for your attention, and look forward to a peaceful couple of days ahead of us as we march on to other things. Take care.
Thank you, the Honorable Horace Arabi, SC, the last sitting member of Parliament for South West, and who knows on the morning of the 29th. May God direct your path. So, yes. We continue. We have another cultural item at this time. And let's put our hands together to welcome the Shakunia TNT Performing Arts. We're going to do a folk dance for us called the Zouk. Let's put our hands together for them, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a bit stretched in the other obligations. Would you please accept my apology if I left at this point? Yes?
Yes, first we have a presentation for you. So quickly come to the stage at this one in time, please. And we have a presentation at this one in time.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
Because of the adjustment, we are going to move at this point for the cutting of ribbon one time. Yes, so we ask the members of the dignitary to go one time for cutting of ribbon. The audience can remain, please. Yes. Yes. Sure. Yes. Please stay with us as we continue our program at this point in time. Mr. DJ, how many music and so at this point in time? The second one will be too long. Let's hear it again for the Shikoni performance, the folk as well as the zouk, and of course the solo piece for the young 11-year-old drummer. Yes. We continue with our program shortly. We'll have the awards for community work. We'll be coming in a short while, so we just have to wait the arrival of some of the principals in the presentation. So please hold on just a little while again. ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the awards segment at this time. So, I wish to invite to lead us in terms of the profile, Ms. Alyssa Tom, Community Development Officer. Let's put on together for her, please.
Pleasant good afternoon, everyone. I acknowledge in his absence the Honorable Faris Alvarez, Senior Counsel, Minister of Rural Development and Local Government, Mrs. Beverly Reed Samuel, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Sport and Community Development, Mr. Corey Balfour, Permanent Secretary, in the Ministry of Digital Transformation, and all other dignitaries. I now proceed with the presentation of awards to those in the community of Harmony Hall who would have contributed significantly to the development of the environment. In order to do this, I would first like to call on Ms. Umade Bisan, the Director of Community Development, Ministry of Sport and in the Ministry of Sport and Community Development, to assist us with the distribution. So I will call your names, and when you hear your name, you will proceed to the staircase and onto the stage. Right? Ms. Gayatri Maharaj Prasad. Ms. Gayatri Maharaj Prasad is presented with an award for outstanding service in the area of community work. Ms. Prasad is a retired nursing assistant and has worked at the Substance Abuse and Treatment Center for 14 years. She has been living in the Harmony Hall development since 1997 and was instrumental in the naming of the streets. In the absence of a community center, Ms. Prasad facilitated community meetings at her home for years and is known to be proactive in the development of her community. Today, she is awarded for her selfless acts of kindness. Mr. Kurt Paul. Mr. Kurt Paul is presented with an award